Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, as usual, before I begin with this lesson, I'm going to start it off by giving all the glory and infinite praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Akaha Kadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, great millstone, who I'm taught and learn this truth 100% from. Peace and blessings be to you, Akim, Wa'akwatu, that are serving Yahweh, by Hashem and Yahweh Shah, sincerity, hoping for mercy and salvation in these last days, man. Shalom and Yahweh Hashem al Sabakathun. So this gonna be a quick in transit on this conversation that I had with Eve at work. And man, when this society class, bro, all I'm gonna say is I see why you women, y'all gonna be catching judgment the most out here, bro. You know, because y'all wicked as hell. Y'all wicked as hell. We live in a society that makes you think that you're gonna be able to, you know, that the shit that you doing ain't even wrong, basically. There's no consequences for your actions. You know, you basically able to get away with shit scotch-free, right? Because this is your kingdom, man. This is a kingdom catered to women, but that shit gonna stop real soon. And I say that to say this because I was conversating with Eve at work, and she Issachar, by the way, her and her dude, and she had the nerve to tell me that, you know, she be cheating on him and shit. And, you know, she actually told me, you know, something like this, you know, before I actually had this conversation with her a couple of days ago. But anyways, you know, this is the first time I'm really listening to it. And, you know, she said that, you know, she be cheating on her mans because, you know, he don't buy her things, he don't spend money on her. You know, I guess he don't show her that he love her enough type shit. You know, which is that ain't my place to speak on. But at the end of the day, the shit wrong. It's called adultery in the scriptures, which is a sin, that's worthy to be put to death. And she telling me that, you know, she cheating on him with a nigga that he know, one of his friends. This dude supposedly got locked up sometime in January, and she told me that she travels 4 hours every weekend to go see him, and her husband don't even know it. She'll tell him that, you know, she gonna go to the casino. You know, she'll tell him that, you know, she just gonna go to her mama's house, and the whole time she be going to sneaking off and shit. Wicked as hell, bro. So when this society collapses, you women gonna be catching judgment, because just because he don't know right now, that don't mean he won't find out. Right? And ain't no telling what lines that happen if Issachar was to fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? You think he be tripping off the sack and shit whenever he drunk. You know, whenever he on the Hornitos, wait until he knows that he won't go to jail for putting his hands on your ass, man. You know, whenever they, you know, put out on the news that they no longer gonna respond to 911 emergencies for this, that, and the third, it's gonna be a wrap, bro. It's gonna be a wrap for you women. You know what I'm saying? Because as the scripture said in the book of Micah 7:10, let she that is my enemy see it. Meaning you gonna be out here getting judgment, bro. All right, because like I said, we in a society where there's no repercussions for your actions, so to speak. Shit, if we was back in the ancient world, if you was to commit, you probably wouldn't fuck around and even dare try to even commit adultery. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that back, because you always gonna have a stubborn nigga, man, that's always gonna test the waters. But nonetheless, that fear will be distilled inside most of Jake if shit was ran like how it was supposed to be. Because if somebody was to commit adultery, that person's supposed to be taken up, and everybody in the city is supposed to see what's gonna happen to that motherfucker after they commit that action, which is they gonna be stoned. And if you see somebody get stoned, that's gonna put the fear in you, like, hell no. I bet I don't do it. I ain't trying to get hit upside my head with no rocks. But in today's time, since this man had changed the ordinances of the Most High, you know, you could commit adultery and ain't shit finna happen. You go put that motherfucker to death for committing adultery on you, you get a whole ass life sentence thrown at you. You get the whole book thrown at you. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, there was no mercy in this kingdom, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake, and not even just Jake. You know what I'm saying? But you got men in general that's sitting in jail right now for a long ass time for executing righteous judgment, because that's righteous judgment in the eyes of the Most High, man. You know what I mean? If somebody commit adultery, you're supposed to put that shit out, right? Ain't supposed to be no goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You walking around freely and you able to go do this, then the third, go hop on the next ride and shit. Ain't supposed to be none of that. You supposed to be put down because that shit is a cancer. Somebody else gonna see that and see that they able to get away with it. And guess what they gonna do? They gonna do that. Like I said, it's gonna spread like a cancer in the nation. Next thing you know, we all gonna be fucked up. Look at Jake today, bro. And this is a female that she low-key busted. I ain't even gonna lie. Low-key busted, and she out here just, hey, fucking off on her dude. Alright, but again, bro, this is why the Most High gonna judge you women, because there's a lot of you women that's coming in that spirit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cheating on your dudes behind his back. He working 12-hour shifts and shit. And you sneaking a nigga over to his crib. And then if he go on there and pull out a machete on you, you gonna be looking stupid, and then he gonna be in the wrong, man. Alright. This is why the Most High, pursuant to the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter, he gonna basically cause all the arrogancy of the proud to cease, because especially you women, bro. Y'all proud than a motherfucker. You can't be told shit. Alright. You know, the man that you want, or if you choose a man, he gotta be 6 foot. Nigga gotta be swole. This nigga gotta know mixed martial arts. He gotta know how to cook. He gotta know how to motherfucking build a house. Y'all got all these expectations, but yet, you know what I'm saying, you'll have an Eve that say she can't have a nigga that work at Walmart, but you work at Walmart. You'll say that you don't want a man, your man gotta have a car, yet you don't got one. He gotta have a house, yet you still staying with your mama. You proud as hell. You know what I'm saying? And when this society collapses, that's when that humbling gonna come in. Right? That humbling gonna come in once you realize you can't just do what the fuck you want with men. You can't just slap a man upside his head, and expect him not to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Men gonna be knocking y'all lights out. You know what I mean? Then all that shit gonna stop. Because right now you got the so-called white man to back you up. You know what I'm saying? He'll send his little reinforcements to go pick Jake up, lock him up, and you cool. You getting away scotch-free. Right? That shit gonna stop though, man. But you know, with that being said, this is just something quick I wanted to put out. Strike while the iron was hot, man. Alright, judgment coming to you women, man. So for you sincere sisters, you know, continue to be sincere, continue to serve your house by some outside. Alright, because these women finna cast some judgment. Judgment that, you know, you can't even fathom until you really see it, bro. Alright, but you know what, that being said, Shalom, you have by some outside Brakathun, in the Bible, man. Shalom.